Hello all, my name is Krishnak and welcome to my YouTube channel. So guys, we are going to continue the advanced Python series and in this particular video we are going to discuss about a very important OOPS concept, that is inheritance. Now here I'm going to take some examples over here and clearly explain you how the inheritance actually happens, how we can write that specific code with respect to Python. All that thing we'll be discussing in this particular video. If you have not subscribed the channel, please do subscribe the channel guys. Press the bell notification icon because I'm going to continue a lot of advanced Python series. A lot of topics are there, after that I've also started, now probably in another couple of days I'm also going to start Flask framework, okay, because many people had requested for me to complete Flask and Django. So both are in the pipeline and probably in a couple of days I will be starting Flask. So let's begin and try to understand how does Python OOPS concept with respect to inheritance, how you can implement it with the help of Python. Before going ahead with respect to this particular video, this video has been sponsored by Unacademy. So Unacademy is back with yet another exciting test gate challenge. This challenge consists of 65 questions to be solved in 180 minutes. All the questions are designed and curated by best faculties in Unacademy. Just not this. All India ranking of the test would be provided if you give the test live. The gate challenge comprises of all the engineering branches, that is Mech, civil, electrical, ECE, CSIT and chemical. So what you're waiting for? All the information regarding this is given in the description of this particular video. You can also use the invitation code, that is KN06, which is again provided in the description of this particular video. So please go ahead and enroll. So to begin with guys, here what I have done is that first of all I have defined a simple car. Okay, so this is basically my car class. Let's consider that this is my blueprint of the car. It will completely make sense because I'm going to make this as a story and you will be able to understand. So this is a complete blueprint, a car blueprint. Basic information of the car is basically present over here. What all information are there? I've just taken as an example over here. So I have included windows, doors, engine type. Okay, so these are the basic information of the car that we have. This definition underscore init underscore, this is basically my initialization constructor. Initially, whenever I'm creating the object of the car, I need to provide this basic information. The next thing is basically a public method. This method is nothing but the functionality that is present inside the car. So here I've just given as an example definition drive is a function. Here I've just given a message, the person drives the car. Now once I execute this, and after this I will try to make an object. After making an object, what I'll do, I will provide all the specific parameters, that is self, windows, doors, engine type. So first of all I'll just provide 4, then probably doors are 5, okay, and I will say the engine type is diesel of this particular car, and I will just execute it. Right, once I execute it, this is a car object. Now if I really want to access any of this, so I'll write car.windows. Remember, this all are public variables. I obviously defined about access modifiers in my previous video where I've discussed about public, private and protected. Right, for protected we basically write it as underscore. Right, for private we basically write it as double underscore. And I have also told you when should we use private, public and protected. Right, by default if we don't write anything, it is treated as public. In Python it is more like an indication to an other developer whenever we try to define underscore and double underscore. Right, the developer should be able to understand when we can actually access those particular values, when we can modify this particular values. Okay, now over here if I write director of dir of car, I'll be able to see all my public variables over here easily. Right, now doors, drive is basically my function. Okay, the function will also be available over here, engine type and windows. Now the next thing that we want, suppose if I write car.windows, I will be able to get it and I'll be getting the value. Similarly, if I write car.engine type, I will be able to get this particular value. If I need to call this particular function, then I will be using car.drive. I hope this is pretty much simple and this has been covered in my previous videos in my complete machine learning playlist. Okay, I'm getting an error. It takes 0 positional argument but 1 was given. What is the problem over here? car.drive. Okay, one problem that I had made a mistake over here. I had to write self. Okay, so here it is. Now if I write it self, then this is basically a method. This is a mistake that I have done, guys. Just try to understand. If you had actually raised this, that is well and good in the description, but just try to see why we are writing self, because this method is belonging to this particular class. So whenever we define an object of that particular class, and once we call this, by default it is going to treat that this particular object is basically getting called, right? So car.drive, the person drives the car. Now this is a blueprint. I said that this is a normal blueprint. Now tomorrow I may come up with another class which is called as an Audi car. Okay, so this is my Audi car, and in this Audi car I will definitely be inheriting the car functionalities, right? So this blueprint functionalities we will be inheriting. So once we inherit this blueprint functionalities, now the next thing is that we will also create an init for this particular subclass. Okay, and here I will be having all the parameters. This is how inheritance actually works, guys. Now this car needs to be inherited by this Audi car, because most of the functionalities are almost same, right? All these functionalities will be reused over there, even this particular functionality, because obviously a car needs to be driven, right? And Audi can also be driven, right? So that is the reason what we do is that we try to inherit this car in the Audi class. So Audi is your child class, car is your parent class. Here I'm going to write self comma, and then we are going to define this 3 parameters. Once we define these 3 parameters, after this, what is the additional parameter probably the Audi car want, right? So the Audi car can have an additional parameter saying that AI field, I'll say, or enable AI. Okay, so suppose this is my additional field probably the Audi car wants, because this enable AI basically says that whether AI functionalities are present in the car or not, right? So I will write this all things, but now you need to note one thing. Once we are inheriting this with this car and we are taking all these particular parameters, we also need to specify that this parameters will be inherited from this particular car object, right? Sorry, car class itself. So for that, what we do is that if we need to inherit those, we need to write super dot underscore init. That basically means we are going to call the parent super init, parent init, that is the initialization constructor with all these particular parameters. Now I've got all these values from my parent class, and then I will say self dot, I'll create a new variable which is called as new class property, that is enable AI, and whatever, sorry, this should be self dot enable AI is equal to this particular enable AI, because this we will be passing as a parameter, right, when we are actually initializing this Audi car. So this is it, what we have done, guys. See, understand these 3 parameters we have accessed from the parent class, and the additional parameter that is as enable AI, this we are going to create it as a new attribute, and this value will be assigned to this. That's it. And now I can also write new functionalities, write AI driven or self-driving. Suppose I don't know whether Audi has self-driving or not, but I can write a function, and here I'll give a self, and here I will give a print statement saying that Audi supports self-driving. Audi supports self-driving, right? So once I execute it, that's it. See, so easily we have implemented it. New functionalities inside Audi. Apart from this, Audi will be inheriting all these particular properties. Apart from this, Audi will also inherit this particular functionality, that is your drive. So now it is altogether having its added new features also. One is enable AI and one is self-driving. Now let's initialize Audi. So for initializing Audi, I will say that Audi 1. Okay, I'll just give you a model of Audi Q7 is equal to Audi, and here I will say that okay, it has probably 5 windows, 5 doors, and the engine type is basically diesel, and enable AI is basically true. Okay, I'm just going to initialize in this particular way, and now if I go and see my direct of Audi Q7, Here you will be able to see all the parameters: doors, drives, enable AI, engine type, self-driving, windows. All the functionalities of the parent class is clearly given over here, guys. So you can access all these particular parameters and see to it. So let's see. So if I write Audi q7 dot windows, here you'll be getting 5. If you write Audi q7 dot doors, here also you'll be getting 5. If you write enable AI, what is it? True. If you want to see the type of it, it is basically Boolean, right? Boolean. Simple. You have got all this particular information. Is an amazing way if you really want to utilize this functionalities also. Now see, this drive is coming from its parent class. So if I write drive, then here you can see that the person drives the car, and then you can also use self-driving, and basically you can also call this particular functionality. Like this, you can have any number of multi-level class also, guys. I'll also be showing you about multiple inheritance in my upcoming video, but I hope you have got an idea about inheritance, a very important concept, guys. It will definitely help you to reusability of the code, simplicity of the code, and do a whole lot of thing, you know. So this is the most important thing, that is inheritance. And still there are a lot of functionalities with respect to object oriented programming, like data encapsulation, abstraction, and all. So we'll try to cover that in the upcoming videos, and apart from that I will talk more about inheritance as we go ahead. But I hope you like this particular video. Please do subscribe the channel if you are not already subscribed. I'll see you all in the next video. Have a great day ahead. Thank you and all. Bye bye.